Russ. Sorry.
What if I put you right in your gonads right there? Ow.
I have a backup plan.
I have a backup plan. What is up, YouTube? How's everybody out there doing today? I hope you guys are having a fabulous freaking day. Let's get started. All right, guys, so I don't know how I'm going to start this video, to be honest, but I have some news. I have some news, right, Zach? I have some news.
You have some news?
Yeah.
What's the news?
I don't know. The news is my Snapchat.
Oh!
Oh, my Snapchat's back, guys. Funny freaking story. A whole bunch of months ago, back in November 1st of 2020, I think it was, my Snapchat was freaking hacked by somebody in a foreign country and changed everything. They changed the email, the phone number, the passwords, everything. And I made a video about it, basically bitching about me losing a Snapchat that I've had since like 2012 that had like 15,000 followers on it from the YouTube and stuff like that. And would get all kinds of freaking views on Snapchats and updates on the shop and stuff like that. And I was kind of pissed off about it, not gonna lie. Like, it took a long time for that Snapchat to get to where it was. And I like Snapchat. My kids use it. A lot of friends of mine obviously use it. Everybody uses Snapchat. It's a good, very, very easy way for me to update you guys on stuff here at the shop very quickly. Being able to just, you know, take a little snap of something and sending it out and showing you guys what's going on here before, for example, a video comes out, or taking time to sit down and either do an Instagram post about what's going on here. Snapchat's just really fast, convenient, gives you guys a little bit of a future heads up on what might be happening or what kind of YouTube video is coming out in the future, in the near future. So my old Snapchat, what ended up happening was the guy contacted me through Instagram, which is hilarious. And he said, "Hey man, I'm really sorry for stealing your Snapchat. Here's your username. Here's your password. Go ahead and log back in. It's all yours. You can do whatever you want, change it." He's like, "I apologize." You know, he was very sorry about it. And I even asked him, I was like, "Dude, like, why? Why'd you do this?" And he just said, he's like, "We were selling them. I guess they were selling Snapchats to people or selling the names or some junk. I don't really know or understand how that all works." But regardless of that, I got in, changed all my information with much stronger passwords and stronger everything. That way it can, you know, it's going to be a lot harder to hack it. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. So the old Snapchat, the Diablo Formula Snapchat, is up and running and active. I still also have the DFR Motorsports Snapchat, but I obviously am going to be using my Diablo Formula Snapchat. I'll put a link below, or the name below there for you guys, so you can go follow me over there. Anybody that already hasn't followed me on that Snapchat, and you can see the updates for the shop. I think maybe my DFR Motorsports Snapchat I'll just use for personal use only, and the Diablo Formula Snapchat will just be the shop Snapchat, basically, where, you know, I could show updates on builds and stuff like that. So Zach's here laying on the couch being a lazy bum.
You got a problem?
Yeah, I got a problem. I'm gonna mess your little ass up.
Boom! Boom!
But anyways, guys, I wanted to show you some horsepower shit that's going on here, because I need to show you some horsepower shit, guys. And I've been working my ass off, and I figure, you know what, it's time to show some things here, some progress. You know what I mean? Like the Integra. No, I'm just lying. Not the Integra. Not the Integra. You shut up.
Don't make me come over.
Don't make me come over here.
Do not make me step off.
Oh, shut up. All right, guys. Here it is. 2017 ZL1 Camaro with all kinds of fun mods, to be honest. And we are going to talk about this a little bit. Sorry, it is not ready to fire up. It's going to be firing up in the next day. I've got to order some pieces for this Gentek throttle body. But I definitely wanted to talk to you guys about some things on this car that are an issue that I've noticed while I was building this thing. The very first thing is I used the, oh God, gotta get a light here because everything's so dark. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So the very first thing is we are using the Speed Engineering valve covers, guys, all right? As you can see, the Speed Engineering valve covers are here, and these are specifically designed to work with the 2650 Magnuson supercharger. I'll be honest with you, I have some gripes about this thing. The first gripe is, why would you put AN fittings on the valve cover and not supply the customer with the fittings that you need to make it work? Like, it's only 2 fittings. Like, there's one on this valve cover, one on this valve cover here, and they both go to this box right here for vacuum, or for PCV air, or whatever you want to call it. They both go right here. That's it right there. Why wouldn't you make the kit? I mean, you're paying all this money for valve covers. Why wouldn't you make a kit that is going to be 100% bolt-on setup? Like, literally 100% bolt-on setup. So that's one thing you have to deal with here, is the fact that these, you have to get 12, they're 12 AN fittings, which are huge, freaking huge, and you have to make your own lines, and then you have to somehow, some way, downsize. Here's one. Here, hold on. Here's the one. You have to somehow, some way, downsize that big ass fitting that you originally went on the valve covers here. These are LT valve covers, okay? That originally went on here and then hooked up to, not on this one, but anyways, you know what I mean. It originally went on here and then went to that box above the water pump. Why wouldn't you build something and use this end and run the hose over there? So now I have to do that. So it's kind of ridiculous. I'm not a big fan of that. You would think for the money that you're spending, you would think that these people would supply you with everything that you need, but they didn't. So that's problem number 1. Problem number 2 with these valve covers. Now let me explain. When you're using the 2650 Magnuson supercharger on the LT4 engine, okay, when you're using that, you have to modify the valve covers. Now, Magnuson does a very, very good job at supplying you with everything you need to do to modify those valve covers. They give you these new brackets that go on the bottom here. They give you a template to cut these ears off at an angle. So these valve covers will fit underneath the Magnuson supercharger. Now, the nice thing about that is, you know, those old hoses you can reuse over again, because obviously you're reusing the valve cover over again. So these Speed Engineering valve covers that I'm showing you guys right here, they fit great. Don't get me wrong, they fit freaking amazing, as you can see. But they've angled, as you can see, they angle the cool packs to be out of the way of the blower, okay, to make sure, because this is a big gigantic blower here, guys, big blower. It moves everything out of the way so it clears very nicely. As you can see, it does clear very nicely. But here's my other side of the harness, okay? That's my other side of the harness for the 4 coil packs over here, guys. And guess what? This one's supposed to reach all the way to the back, and it doesn't. Now, normally what I've discovered is a lot of guys will take this harness instead of running it underneath, which I like to run it underneath because it makes everything look just so much cleaner and nicer. I want to run this underneath. I don't want to run it on top and have this ugly loomed wiring harness here. I definitely don't want to stretch these things beyond capacity and rip them apart. That's never a good sign either. So you can actually see the 4th one's down here. That's how far down the 4th one is, right there. Even with it wrapped up above the blower here, guys, it still would not reach that first coil. I was like literally pulling on it, and I was like, nah, I'm not trying to break stuff and rip wires and all this other jazz. That shit's not happening. So what I ended up finding was I found like 12-inch long adapters that plug into here, and then they will reach all the way back to each coil, no problem. You're just gonna have a lot of slack. You have to tie it up, make it look pretty, whatever the case may be. But they are on their way as well. Very, very simple. The other thing that I noticed about the actual Magnuson supercharger, which I've never dealt with the 112, as you can see the K-Tech 112mm throttle body, it's upside down because it doesn't fit that way. This midsection, this adapter piece, if you can see here, maybe you can, has 3 ports in it, okay? And there's no port on the other side, which I wish there was. Now, if you do the 102, throttle body, they give you, actually, I'm gonna show you a picture. I don't know whoever's gonna be watching this video, you're gonna learn a lot that people don't tell you. So, let me see here. So, the 102 setup, as you can see in the instructions, has this barbed end here for a vacuum hose to come off the other map sensor on this car. And then the other side has a place to put your evap solenoid right here. Okay, and plug that in. And a place for your brake booster line to come in as well, coming off that stock setup. Now, as you guys can see here, we don't have that on this guy. I don't understand why Magnuson did not put that on this thing. It's just one little thing that comes down and over and you put a hose on it. And the other side doesn't have shit except for 3 oddly shaped bungs. Maybe you guys can see it back there, hopefully you can. One of them I had to plug off. The other one I had to actually go and go to a hardware store and get some plastic fittings here. I'm trying to get the light where you guys can see everything. Some plastic fittings. This hose here, right there, is the one that goes down to this map sensor right here. Maybe you can see that, maybe you can't. That goes down to map sensor right there. And then this hose here that goes down to the brake booster line that goes up to the brake booster is going on the back side. And unfortunately, since this is a off-road use race car, we're not gonna be using the evap on it, so that's being disabled. But like I said, it's off-road use only, so this is not a street-driven car at all. But anyways, that's 2 of the things that's kind of like messed up on this build. But some details on it. Let's give you some details, because I know you're all wondering, like, Andy, what's going on here? What kind of details you got? So this thing is going to be running a 80 millimeter. I think it's an 80 millimeter. Is it 80 millimeter? 80? Yeah, 80 millimeter upper pulley, stock lower. The 112 K-Tech throttle body, obviously the 2650 Magnuson supercharger with the custom powder coated hat. I almost got this custom powder coated. I don't know, maybe I'll do that later. Maybe I won't, I don't know. I kind of like it because this up here is still silver as well, as you guys can see. So I liked everything to kind of contrast and work together. And that's green because obviously the car is green, you know what I mean? And then we still have some silver lining there, which does kind of match the nice throttle body, which is, the satin finish on the throttle bodies are always, they're always nice. I can't complain about that. I'm still waiting for my wires to show up. Can't even run the thing. I'm freaking believable. LME custom CNC'd LT4 heads. They look amazing. I should have actually showed you guys a picture of them before I put them on, but I didn't. Now I'm very, very sorry. Right, Zach?
Absolutely unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And a custom grind comp cam with a 32% lobe on it as well. I think that's about it that's done with this thing. It's a 6-speed car, I think. Yeah, it's a 6-speed car. Yeah, it's a 6-speed.
I thought this one was automatic.
No, this one's not automatic. The other one's automatic, which is going to be done real soon, actually. We'll do a video about that on the dyno too. But yeah, we're getting ready to finish this guy up and get this thing on the dyno and make some horsey powers. Make some horsey powers here. But yeah, man, freaking crazy. That's a build. That's a build.
Still get gapped by build 3.
Shut up.
Still get gapped by
Shut up. Shut up. We got CTSV here that's going to be done here soon. Look at that. I love these CTSVs. And we also got back here in the back, we got a Camaro that we're going to be finishing up as well here soon. We got some shit going on here, guys, not gonna lie. Definitely got some shit going on here. I want one. Yeah, CTSVs are always nice. We're hopefully going to get that one done extremely soon here as well. And before you know it, this shop's going to be completely empty.
Except for a race car techie and a race car.
And we have a ZR1 coming in. We have a 2019 ZR1 coming in that we're still deciding on whether or not it's going to be a bolt-on car or if it's going to be bigger than a bolt-on car. Maybe we'll make a fast ZR1. That'd be pretty cool. What do you guys think? Comment below. Should we do this ZR1 with just bolt-ons, or should I convince the customer and say, hey man, let's full send it. Let's go full send mode and make it one of the fastest ZR1 Corvettes, stock blower on the internet. What do you think, guys? I think it could happen. It could happen. This car here, guys, is not going to be Not going to be running any meth or any E85. It's just going to be running pump gas, and that's it. No big deal. Maybe later on we might be doing meth on it, possibly. Who knows? It's hard to say what this guy's going to want in the future. I think he's going to be pretty happy with the setup that this has. The last ZL1 that I did, the last 6th gen ZL1 that I did, all I did was we put a 90mm pulley, long tube headers, exhaust, and the 2650 Magnuson supercharger on that car, stock heads, stock cam, stock everything else. And that was a 10-speed automatic, Zach, too. That put down 712 at the wheels.
Which one was this?
The black one, the black ZL1. Yeah, that put down 712s to the wheels, and it was averaging like 690, 700 to the wheels on a 90mm pulley.
That's a lot of power.
Which is a bigger pulley than this, which means less boost. I think it was making like 14 or 15 pounds of boost back then. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I'm pretty excited to see this thing on the dyno. It's going to be going to the dyno in the next day or so. Like I said, we just got to put the front bumper on, which is sitting over here.
You don't need it.
These front bumpers, they're not honest. They're honestly not terrible to take off and on. They're you know, you can do them pretty quick and stuff. I got all my fluids, my oil, my antifreeze, my Fuyon. So we got to do all that stuff still. But I'm still waiting. I don't want to put the bumper on until I have this car running and everything sounds good, everything's filled up. The other thing is I can purge the heat exchanger here as well at the top, which is nice. And that's another reason why that bumper is still not on. But like I said, the bumper only takes like an hour, maybe an hour and a half to put on. It's just a whole bunch of bolts and then she's on. So, what was that?
I said like some cars, like they look kind of cool without front bumpers on. Like I've seen like Jettas that take the front bumpers off. They look kind of cool, but these cars do not look good without front bumpers.
Mainly because look at all that shit. You got 20 million intercoolers and radiators and AC
like,
condensers up in the hood and shit
like
on
I've
these
seen
things.
some Honda Civics with like intercoolers sticking out the front and no bumper.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah, definitely. Well, guys, there you have it. Little shop update. Beautiful 2017 ZL1 that we're going to be finishing up here soon and taking to the dyno and having some fun. Hopefully it makes some good horsepower. If you guys have a guess on horsepower, put it down in the description below. Let me know what you think. It's always nice to see what you guys have to say. And obviously go follow me on Snapchat if you haven't as well. You'll see updates on some of the other stuff here at the shop too. And that's about it, guys. Just a little update. Need to make a video, want to make a video, and wanted to show you what was going on here. We are definitely going to be having videos of the Duramax here probably next week. We're probably going to pick it up next week. Or maybe the end of this week we'll probably pick up the Duramax.
Yeah.
And also Ghost. We're going to be starting to do some things with Ghost here. Not sure what. Not sure if we're going to pull the engine. Not sure if we're going to just try to get it running again. Figure out what's wrong with it. If there is anything majorly wrong, we don't know yet. It's just been sitting. So we got to figure out what's going on with her as well. Ghost has been sitting for a while, and I miss her. And Zach wants to drive her.
On low boost.
On low boost, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Instagram, Diablo Formula Racing. And deuces, guys.